We are all supporters, and we come from Liverpool. Allez, allez,
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 22 of our Liverpool career mode here on Trophy Hunter, and today we have got the final game of the season away to Newcastle. Last episode we won the Premier League with the most recent game we had against Chelsea at 2-2, and then Tottenham went ahead and lost one of their games in hand, or didn't win it, and we won the title without being in game, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Today we're going to play this Newcastle game, then we're going to take a look at how everything went around the world and things like that, and we're going to go into the squad hub, and take a look at everybody's stats and things like that, and then see where we can improve, look at possible transfers, what we're going to do formation wise, and then talk about how the series moves forward from here after our first season and us coming back here. Of course, there is a little bit more to this other than just it being a regular career mode, so we're going to talk a little bit about that and what happens going forward. Now, we're going to give a couple players some game time that haven't played a ton this year and probably should have and could have played more. Get Wijnaldum in there, and Vargas can definitely come in as well. Hasn't played a ton this season, probably should be playing more. Barty could be playing a little bit more as well. Fabinho's played plenty, can sit. And bring one of the kids. Curtis Jones scored the winning penalty for Liverpool the other day in the 5-5. Brilliant for the young kid. But let's jump into this. Liverpool, Newcastle. Let's go. Nicely played. One more forward is Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum going to run in there. Run into the gap. Gets it out there to Shaqiri. Can we get it to Salah? We can. And Salah looking to get by his man. Does get to the outside. Cuts back nicely. Does so well. Salah, and it's on off the post. What a finish that is. That's outrageous. That finish, a very tight angle. He curls it around the keeper and in off the post. A brilliant goal from the Egyptian here on the final day. It cuts back so nicely. Cuts inside, and that's a really, really good finish. I like to see it from the front. This is the angle I want to see. Look at this finish. Just goes outside the reach of the goalkeeper and in back off the post. A brilliant goal. We're 1-0 ahead here. And Wijnaldum here looking for something, but loses out, much to the delight the Newcastle fans around here. We do win it back. Wijnaldum now gets it to Shaqiri, and he has a pop, and it's a good save. A really good effort from Shaqiri, who's had a barnstorming end to the season here. Corner set to come in. Start of the second half, and Van Dijk's going to get the header, and it's in the back of the net. Not really a lot of action since our last goal, but we have a little bit of action here. And Van Dijk, what a celebration. It makes it 2-0. It's a good header. Seems to go over the goalkeeper into the back of the net there. Look at that. It's a great header. No chance for the goalkeeper. Always going away from him. Looping into that back end. It's a good header from Van Dijk. And it's 2-0 here. It's a lovely ball forward. Can we get it first time to Vargas? That's a great pass from Danny Rose. And Vargas is in here. And Vargas probably could be passing it off, but he gets the rebound. It's 3-0. And we are cruising to a final day victory here over Newcastle. Bit of luck as it comes back. I really could have gotten it across to Firmino, but went for it himself. He deserves himself a goal, and he's gotten it, even by a bit of fortune. It's a decent save to start. Gets back to it, though. Can't get up and fires it into that bottom corner over there. It's a good finish the second time round. Had to get it out wide and does. Lovely stuff. 3-0. Can we get this forward to Vargas? He's all alone out here. And the center back to chase him. He's not going to catch him. And Vargas in again here. Vargas cuts back this time. Finds the pass across. It's Brewster. It's 4. And we are running riot here at St. James's Park on the final day. Newcastle packed it in before today, apparently. And we are running all over them. It's good football. Once again, it's a great ball up the wing. The left back, or the right back, stepped up a little bit. And this time, Vargas does get it across instead of going on his own. Result is the same thing. This time, Brewster with the final touch. It's a good finish from him, the youngster. And it's 4-0. Can we get this forward? We can. Salah on it, and there's 2 minutes left in our season as the ball zips forward, and it's a run being made by Firmino. Okay. dreadful finish. It's just we were praising him in that position all day. And then he shows me up with that. What a perfect way to end the season that would have been. Lovely football, but it wasn't meant to be. But a 4-0 victory here on the final day. And honestly, looking very, very good. And we're going to talk about it in a moment here. What we want to do next year, of course. But let's just get by this interview, and then we'll get into the squad and take a look at how everything is going to go for the next year at least. Because next year, we got to win 3 trophies. We got it. We cannot stick at Liverpool for too long. This is the best team that we're going to have. So we got to get it done as quickly as possible. So we'll see how it goes. Next year, we don't have to win the Premier League. The other 3 competitions will be the main focus. So let's look at a couple things. Danny Rose is a happy camper after we played him. Stay grounded. He's happy at Liverpool. And 184 million. You see that? Jesus Christ. Okay, so here we are. End of the year. Won the 1 trophy. Not where I wanted to be. I really wanted to win 2 or 3. 4 would have been the dream, obviously, but wasn't meant to be. And this is where we ended up. We changed from a 4-3-3 to a 4-2-3-1. And this is the formation I think we're going to go with next year. But what I'm thinking, transfer-wise, because we're in a really good spot. Flat out. Transfer-wise, we're just in a good spot. But what I want to do is move Firmino back, ideally, and play it this way. And then bring in a striker. If we're going to spend money on someone, I want to spend money on a striker, I think, and play it this way. Firmino, the tackling, the pressing, it's all very good for that type of role. And I think that's where we want. I want to win the ball higher up the pitch. I want an extra outlet up front. And I think Firmino in that spot would fit very, very nicely. On days where we know we're going to dominate, Havertz can definitely come in. Keita and Fabinho, though, I think is where we're going to go midfield-wise. But we've got plenty of depth midfield-wise, attacking midfield-wise. But I think a striker is probably where we're going to go. I don't even think we need anything else. I really don't. So whatever money we get next year, we can probably go after the striker of our choice. So if you guys want to see any strikers at, anybody specifically, just let me know in the comments down there. We'll go after it. But let's take a look at the stats at the end of the year. See what we're looking at, how everyone did, how everyone's growing. 27 years of age, up to 90 overall, +1 this year. Alisson, 55 appearances, 14 clean sheets. Very, very nicely done. And Adrian with his 5 appearances. Starting to decline a bit, but bound to happen at his age. Danny Rose, 15 appearances, an assist and 4 clean sheets, doing very well. A very nice backup I think we found here. 29, so we can still get a couple of years out of him. Not too bad. Adam Lewis didn't play, unfortunately. Larouci is where I went with the youngsters. 7 appearances, an assist, and 3 clean sheets. Not too bad from the youngster. 62 overall now. And Andy Robertson, 39 appearances, an assist, 8 clean sheets, doing very well. It's just an all-around great left back to have out there. Very fluent in so many things. Matip, 27 appearances, 5 clean sheets, doing very well. He actually grew in overall. I didn't think he would. Up to 28 years old, up to 83 overall, doing very nice. At center back, we are in a really good spot. Joe Gomez, 39 appearances, up to 85 overall. As you can see, he grew a ton this year, up from 80, doing very well with all that playtime. Very nice. Van Dijk, of course, also grew up to 91 overall, 51 appearances, 2 goals, and 13 clean sheets, doing very well for himself. Lovren also had 11 appearances, up to 30 years of age now. If someone comes in with a decent bid, we may move him on, but we may not have to. Center back wise, we're in a really good spot, and it may not even be necessary. Vandenberg up to 68 overall, moved up 2, starting to come along a little bit. 5 appearances, 2 clean sheets, doing very well in his appearances. Trent, 45 appearances, a goal and 2 assists, 14 clean sheets. Look at that, up to 85 overall at 21 years of age. Outstanding stuff from the youngster. Hover, 15 appearances, 3 assists, 2 clean sheets, doing very well for himself in his appearances there. An average of a 7.3 is not too bad. As you can see, he grew up 10 overall points this year. 72 overall, up from 62. Very, very well done. Henderson, 29 years of age, 83 overall. I love him. 40 appearances, 8 goals, 3 assists. Didn't play as much toward the end of the season, mainly because we switched out of that 3, and Fabinho and Keita were the 2 in the middle. But Henderson definitely not going anywhere, doing very well for himself. Fabinho up to 87 overall, still only 26. We're going to get him through his prime if we're here that long. 41 appearances, 4 goals, 7 assists, 10 clean sheets, for doing very nicely. Chamberlain, 39 appearances, 16 goals, 8 assists, doing very, very nicely. Up to 81, still only 26, another player in a really good position age-wise for the long term. Wijnaldum, 35 appearances, 9 goals, 9 assists, 6 clean sheets, all around very versatile. Complaining a little bit about his play time. He is 29, 84 overall. Don't want to move him on, but if it becomes a bit of a thing and we're here another year, we may, just because it's difficult. We're going to have a tougher time next year fitting everybody into that midfield. It's going to be very, very tough. James Milner starting to decline a little bit, as you can see, 34 years of age. Won't play a ton next year, I don't think. 20 appearances, 3 goals, and an assist. Not too bad, though. Can play anywhere on the pitch, really. Jones, 8 appearances and an assist, growing pretty well up to 64. Moved up 3, and in real life coming along very, very nicely. Barty, a summer signing, 19 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists. Probably should have played more. He's a really good option. He can play in a variety of different spots, and probably will play more a little bit next year, but there will be one less midfield spot on the team to play for. It'll be very tough. Herbie Kane up to 69 overall. Still only 21. We'll see what we do with him, but 3 appearances. Didn't play a ton. Naby Keita, 40 appearances, 15 goals, 8 assists, 9 clean sheets. As you can see, 85 overall. Only 25 years of age, coming along very, very nicely. Kai Havertz didn't play as much as I thought he would, and may not play as much as I think he will next year. Mainly because of just the setup we're rolling with, but 34 appearances, 13 goals, 12 assists, very nicely done. 86 overall, and only 20 years of age. An absolute diamond moving forward over the long term. Vargas, 20 appearances, 9 goals, 6 assists, up to 79 overall, up from 77 when we bought him. Another player who probably could play more, but it's so difficult to just leave Mane out. It's so difficult. And speaking of which, 88 overall, age 28. Sadio Mane, 45 appearances, 15 goals, 12 assists, an absolute monster. Salah, 50 appearances, 20 goals, 14 assists, 13 clean sheets. What more can you say about him? 90 overall, 27. Going to have him through his prime. Very, very nice. We actually get Harry Wilson back next year. I didn't even remember that. Someone we are going to keep around, I think. Shaqiri, 36 appearances, 5 goals, 11 assists. A lot of appearances off the bench, but toward the end of the season, you guys know how huge he was. He has 11 assists. He got like 6 of them and 3 goals in the last couple of games there. So really showed up really late. Still only 28, 82 overall. A very nice player to have around. Firmino, 47 appearances, 28 goals, 34 assists, and 11 clean sheets. Now, that is an absurd amount of numbers, or amount of assists. 34 assists. That is a crazy, crazy number. But next year, we are going to move him back, I feel, when we get the striker, ideally, and then move him into that cam spot, and he'll be able to dictate play a little bit more, use his strengths, trying to tackle a little bit. He's more of a creative force in the real Liverpool side than a scoring force. If we get him a proper scoring force and he can create a little bit off the back, just a touch, I think we can really, I mean, those numbers are absurd, but can we get more out of him? We may see, I don't know. Brewster, 10 appearances, 9 goals, 7 assists. That is an absurd set of numbers for 10 appearances, some off the bench as well. Crazy. Grew 10 overall points, up to 74 overall from 64, still only 20. I'll be around a long time. Glatzel, 2 appearances, no real stats there, but grew 10 overall, as you can see, up to 70. A really bright player in the under 23s coming through. And then Origi, 23 appearances, 8 goals, 8 assists, doing well for himself as well. Still only 25, 80 overall. A really good, versatile player to bring or have around. I mean, not in the game, but in real life, he's not listed. We can play him at whatever position we technically want, but he can play striker, can play left wing. It's a really good player to have around, and that's where we're looking. So as we were saying, next year, we're looking striker. I don't even know where else we buy players. I don't even think we do buy a ton of players. I really do. A player, I don't even know where, if I wanted a second player, I'd go. Maybe right back, maybe, but Hover is coming along really nicely, so I don't think anywhere to go. If a bid comes in for Lovren and we have an opportunity to buy a really good fourth center back, maybe, but other than that, I just don't see it, guys. But that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, well, actually, we can talk about it right now. Next episode, we'll start the new season. Now, since this is about winning trophies and getting out of here as soon as possible, we've had 20 seasons to do it, is how we've thought of it. 20 seasons to win all the major trophies in all 5 major leagues. We've won the Premier League here. Next year, we'd like to win the next 3. Since the Premier League isn't a huge issue anymore, it's sort of an issue still because we'd want to win as many trophies as possible. If we win the league again, it gets added to our trophy total, but it won't be super important in game or in video. So what I may do, so we can take a look at the schedule. We'll go back early and see how this worked out. We're going to play games in the Premier League, of course, on screen, but there will be games played offline because of where we'd like to be. So maybe this is an episode you're more likely to see next time. We got Paris in the Champions League, then Chelsea in the league, and then Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. We want a lot of those episodes next time because they have a couple of cup games like this one, Champions League, Premier League, and then cup game again. Anytime we get any of that is obviously a good place to be. We got cup games here and here, so there will be games played off a little bit. There won't be as many episodes where we play things like this, where we have Everton, West Ham, Leicester all in the league. You won't get too many episodes with that because that competition does not matter in the scope of what we're trying to do here in a big way. So there won't be as many episodes per season. Obviously, we can't do 21 episodes, one every other day, 42 days. If we miss a couple of days, maybe 45, 46 days. And over 20 seasons, we just don't have the time. So that's probably how we're going to go about it. I'll explain it a little bit more at the beginning of next video as we move forward, guys. But that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. As I said, let me know down there in the comments any strikers you want to see. But for now, that's it. Peace.